Hello everyone, I'm David here, and welcome to the next episode of Chilling3000 Hangouts here for today, on Friday, November 28th, 2025. Happy Black Friday to those who celebrate with doing their shopping either in person or online, whatever's easier for you because it'll get very, very crowded in person going to the stores, but it all depends what you like and also, of course, the weather. But it is a good day to go shopping every year because everything is on sale. So I'm glad they did that for people who want to go shopping just for fun or do their Christmas shopping, which is the perfect day to do that. However, I also hope everybody's had a great Thanksgiving yesterday, watching football or whatever they like to do on Thanksgiving with their family and friends. And now is officially the holiday season with Christmas right around the corner. So very exciting time every single year. Even though for me, I prefer the holiday season to start Veterans Day because you got Thanksgiving right around the corner. That's part of the holiday season. So that's why I like to. That's why I like to have my holiday season start is around the weekend of Veterans Day. But here this weekend on this episode, we have a great interview for you all. It is a GameShow fan and GameShow software developer, Travis Griffin, who has a lot of experience of game shows for the past years, and it was a great time um, talking with him and getting to know him over the years through text or whatever. And finally, uh, we were able to get this interview scheduled for you all with you Game Show fans out there. So it's going to be a great interview for you all here today. And we are bringing back Hangout Sessions for this episode here. A couple of you have asked, when is the Hangout Sessions going to come back? Well, it will come back for this episode today, but we won't be doing another one until episode 200, and then it'll be back on track in some way. So we'll see what happens once we get there. But hope you all enjoy the Hangout Session there on in this episode, and we'll see what the rest of this episode takes place. So without further ado, David and Travis, let's have it. All right, everyone. In our next interview segment here on the program, please welcome our next guest, Travis. How you doing, Travis?
Not too bad yourself.
Doing good here this morning, or wherever you are watching out there in the world, because it could be nighttime elsewhere out there in the world. Um, so, for those who don't know who Travis is, he is the owner of the SC Game Show Software Shop, the Game Show Machine. How long have you been doing that for?
I in December of 2025 will be 4 years I launched the shop, but I
For
didn't get my
4 years.
first sale until a month after I opened the shop. So it was open for a
Okay.
while, then a sale came through.
Okay. 4 years, and you're also in the TV business as well, but we'll get to that later on. So in the Game Show Machine, how did you came up with that name, and what game show controls can people expect on your shop?
So the name of the game show machine came about because of an event I attended starting in 2004 called Game Show Congress. At that, and that was an old convention that brought together hosts, producers, former contestants, and fans. So basically, think Comic Con, but game shows and on a much smaller scale. Um, Over the weekend, there was a tournament that we played different game show games, and at the end was sort of a finals for the top 8 scorers, or the top 2 teams, I should say, called the Game Show Round. What it was created by a gentleman by the name of Mike Berger. And my friends and I sort of laughingly called it the Game Show Machine because that's what it was, one program that had all these game show games in it. And it was formulated sort of like a college bowl format. Mike didn't like the name. and he was at the time reasonably, well, I won't say reasonably, he was slightly offended that we would call it that. And he was very emphatic, no, it's the game show round. It's like, well, they're all game show rounds. So I said, well, I thought, well, if you're not using it, I'm going to use it. So starting in 2006, I started creating this program that would eventually become the game show machine. And I knew how I wanted to do it. I was kind of modeling it after that. And then my best friend and a business partner came up with the concept, well, just make them all bonus rounds, because what's the most exciting part of a game show? The bonus round. Okay. So my format for the game show machine is 50 different bonus rounds comprising, and I've written it up as a primetime hour-long format. So 6 acts played for, $100,000, so to speak. But on the shop, including the machine, which I have two versions of the machine, the full version and a light version, which is only 10 of the games instead of the full 50. And the 10 games that I picked for the light version do not require written material. There's stuff like High Rollers or Monopoly or Card Sharks, which all the randomization is done either with a roll of physical dice or it's all done in software. So you don't need anything written. But as of now, I have 94 active listings in the shop.
How more to go?
Stuff is current and popular, like Price is Right, and then stuff even as rare as the 1975 game spinoff that only lasted 50 episodes, and all of the episodes are currently available, but only at WCBS in New York.
That's interesting.
So yeah.
So that's how the game show machine, started. Was back in
the Etsy shop is called Game Show Studio because I didn't want to be pigeonholed into just one name, but Game Show Machine is sort of my flagship software because it's the one that I've been working on the longest for now 19 years.
Yeah. Tell us about the Game Show Studio. You said you created that 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have to make a lot of game show softwares first before you launched the shop, or how did you get started with that shop in general?
So it was actually a case that I was sitting on the software. I had already made about 30 to 40 of the games, and I was sitting on them. I wasn't doing anything with them. And we had done some live game show stuff in the past, including our Game Show Throwdown through what was TCONA, the Trivia Championships in North America. And then we moved it to Glendale to do our final Throwdown in 2019. And we would go for 25, 26 hours straight, raising money for Extra Life Children's Miracle Network. Well, I was just sitting on the software because when COVID hit, we stopped doing live events. Some of my former associates had old versions of the software. They kept the Throwdown going virtually. And I thought, well, I need to do something. And again, my best friend, business partner said, well, why don't you sell it? And I kind of sat on it for a while. And then it's like, okay, fine. So I cracked open the Etsy shop, put up a couple of listings and waited a month. And then my first sale came through. So when I first opened the shop, everything was more overpriced than it is now. I was selling everything for $100 a pop because I didn't know what it was worth. And then when I put my first sale up, I got more sales, and I'm like, okay, let me start dropping the price. So now the full games are now $24.99. My epic games, so Price is Right and the Game Show Machine, are $49.99. And then I have what's called a wizard version of Press Your Luck, which is fully customizable. But I had that at $84.99 because there's so much going on. And there's two versions of Press. I have the classic 3-player 2-round version, and then I made a super version, which is 4 players over 3 rounds. And nothing that looks like the current version of Press Your Luck that's on the air, but it was like, no, let me just make sort of a fan fiction version. Yeah. Wow. The only feature that the current Press Your Luck has that I don't is the Big Bucks Bonanza, because I'm not going to do it. I've done all the work that I want to on Press, and I'm done.
Yeah.
That thing has taken me about 20 years to finalize to the point where it is now. I'm done.
Yeah. Have you tried out any other games or softwares before that? It's not, like the Big Jump versions, or um you know I'm trying to remember Doug Morris's games or softwares. Like, I haven't tried any of those.
So I was friends with Dan Berger for a while, who had Flash games on and Flash Games 2 on online. I
Hmm.
downloaded a couple of the Big John. I was a fan of Big John for a while until
Yeah.
three of my computers slowly started getting destroyed. So it was like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not going to do Big Johns anymore. And then, if anybody's familiar with the convention game show host Grego, he taught me basically how to program because I had requested
Oh.
software for Price is Right that we were going to play at my college. This was back in 2004. Well, he gave me the code and he said, here's what you need to do. And then from there, it was just like, oh, okay, I get syntax. I used to code in BASIC. Let me see what I can do. So I'm basically, with Grego's help, self-taught. And it was a case that any game show that we wanted to do, it was like, okay, give me 2 weeks, and then I had a full-fledged version of it.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I was about to ask what coding computer software to use, for all of
I
these.
I lovingly program in a dead language. I program in Adobe Flash ActionScript 2, which is no longer supported by Adobe. Um, ActionScript
Okay.
3 is minorly supported because they still do Adobe Animate, but
Hmm.
I code in
Yeah.
ActionScript 2, which is no longer supported. So I lovingly say I program in a dead language.
Yeah. And it took you about 2 weeks, right, to learn all the coding and all that.
Truth be told, I'm
Because
still learning. It's
okay.
been 21 years since Grego sent me the first Bitters Row software. I'm still learning stuff. Like, it was only in the
Yeah.
last 3 years that I figured out how to do text warping. So where I can
Uh,
put more of my name tags, now they can be any length and they will squish to whatever size of the name tag nameplate that I have. So and
okay.
I've learned how to do like vertical aligning text, and it's like,
Yeah.
there's still things that come up that it's like, oh, I didn't know this before. And it's like, oh, wait, I can do this. So I'm
Hmm.
about to release a big slate on Thanksgiving Day. And one of
Mm.
them, I won't say what it is because I want to keep everything sort of a secret until everything comes out. Um,
Yeah.
One of the games has been asked for about 5 years now. No, basically since the shop opened, so close to 4 years. And I thought, that's way too hard. I don't think I can do it. Randomization is not going to work to set it up. And then as I'm driving home from work one day, this is literally in the past 3 weeks, I'm driving home from work, the code hits me. And I go into work the next day
Mm.
and I open up my computer. And by the end of my working day, I have a fully fledged version of this game.
Nice.
Um, and I now have debuggers that look at my software before I put it on the site. And in the past, they'd come back with this like list of things, especially when Press Wizard was about ready to come out. And now I'm sending software to them, and they're like, "No, the name tag's not warping, but apart from that, it's fine." It's like, "Oh, I have to change one line of code? Great!" And now it's my
Yeah.
software's gotten a lot better recently. So
That's good. And back to your customizable president. Do you have the malfunction prize that Big John had, or no?
no, no,
No.
there are very, very, very few things that I took from
Okay.
Big John's idea. I think I maybe took one. I think I took mystery, but I
Yeah,
do
that's
it a
the
little
one.
differently. Um,
Yeah.
but largely everything, and I do have it customizable. So if there's something that somebody likes from Big John's, they can just make it a custom square, and then they can operate it however they want to. So, but
Okay.
for my own rules, the own special squares I put in, except for mystery, nothing has come from Big John.
Yeah, understandable. Um, will you ever do like more tutorial videos on your YouTube channel as for certain softwares? Because I like the ones you did before.
The more tutorial videos will happen. I've had a decently big life change over the last 3 months. So
Yeah.
I even put a hold on my virtual throwdown videos that I was doing with my Discord,
Okay.
because I'm starting a new Discord. I'm opening a Patreon. Like and all that paperwork is going to happen later today with my business partner. Like I'm going from here to her house, and then we're formulating the LLC. We're going to launch the Patreon, launch the new server. Like
Okay.
today's a big day.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad everything is going right in the
Mm,
right direction for you.
yeah.
Um, so how did game shows become your passion?
My first recollection, or at least my mother's first recollection of my connection with game shows, I was 6 months old. And
Mm.
to give a little bit of perspective, Bob Barker was my babysitter. Like she would put me in my place card in front of Price is Right, and that was it. Like that's where it went. When I was growing up, there was a lot of discussion, mainly from my mother, that said, "Oh, these shows are fake. Don't put a lot of credence into them." And I was born in '81, so this is 25 years after the scandals and all this, and even when they hit, my mother was 2. So, but she had this preformed opinion, like these are fake. Don't put any credence in them. They're just fictional. And then 1994 happened and Game Show Network premiered. Well, that just sort of
Yeah.
sparked like, oh, I want to watch this. But I was in an area where we didn't get, like, my grandparents' house didn't have satellite service. And then my house that did have satellite service, we couldn't find G7T6. Like we could not find that transponder. And I didn't actually start watching GSN in full until like maybe 96. And then in 99, that's when like the satellite providers got, like the Dish Network and Prime Star and everybody got GSN.
Yeah.
So I was able to watch it more, and that just made my mother more and more upset. Then, and basically once I graduated high school, my mother had just resigned to the fact, like, you know what he's going to do, he's going to do. That's when I started working on a new version of a Price is Right home game. This is the time when Endless came out with theirs, the green box version. And apparently from what I heard from them, they got a lot of blowback on it. But I was the only one that sent them a complaint, but also a solution. I said, here's what I don't like. It looks like you're kind of ripping off the Milton Bradley 86 version, but here's a fully fledged prototype. So they flew me to New York in the spring of 2004 with my prototype, and they said, we want to see what you have because we're planning on doing a second edition. And they flew me to New York. I showed them my stuff, and by the end of the meeting, their stuff was off the table and my stuff was across the table. They had taken it. They're like, yes, we'll do this. So in, I think, July or August of that year was Price is Right second edition, the big blue box version. That's my design. And it was after that came out that I started programming and making virtual, the Flash-based versions, because that was what I wanted to do. Like, yes, I'm a published game designer. Granted, someone else's IP, but I have done a board game in the past. And in the summer of 2003, that's when I was contestant on Price, and I'd won a car. That shut my mother up permanently. They're like, yep, game shows are not fake. There's a Cadillac in the driveway to prove it. In 2006, I got to be an intern on Price for 4.5 months, and I was able to work on Bob's last. Yep, that's my box. And actually, that's the font for the Price is Right at the time didn't have the correct $sign. I designed that specific $sign because I put a couple of signatures in it to prove it's mine. If you look at the bottom curl, see where it's kind of like uneven, close to the bottom spire? I left that uneven. Yeah. So it gets thin at the spire and then it kind of widens out. Yeah, I left that in there because 1, I couldn't get it to smooth out, and 2, it's like, no, that proves it's mine. But thankfully, like the new Price is Right font has the correct $sign in it. The curvature is a little like off because I had to take the price down $sign in that font that existed and move it around to actually fit the shape of the current actual sign.
I love the wheels right here. That's one of my favorite part. Did he come
now
up
I will
with
say, funny story about this. This I'm a board game fan, as you can see by the wall behind me.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few board gamer YouTubers that I follow. I follow Dice Tower. I follow uh, Lost in the Shuffle, Watch It Played, and all that. There's been a newcomer, and his username is Cam Sandwich, KAM Sandwich. He had a full video about game show board games, and he ripped this to shreds.
Oh
Like
man.
he just complete. And here's the thing: I agree with him on every point.
Mm.
Like this, I think this version maybe has like a 5.5 on Board Game Geek. I don't agree with that. I rated a 4 because
Dang.
this was under budgetary constraints from Endless Games. They said, this is what we can do, this is what we can't. Had I taken this to somebody like Buffalo or Hasbro, they'd be like, yeah, whatever you want to do, we'll do it. We've got the money for it. So all of Cam's kind of complaints about it, I get. And now looking at this 20 years later, it's like, oh no, I fully agree with you. So, but I haven't commented on that video yet. And he just released a video, and I just watched it last night, board game shows. And he mentions like 25 words or less. He talks about that, and it's like, oh, I did that show too. Great. He's unknowingly mentioned me twice in 2 of his videos.
Yeah. But I do like the wheel part of this board game. It's pretty original.
Yeah, I wanted a wide selection of pricing games, and originally I wanted a deck of cards, so that way they could be shuffled and like one could be turned up, and that's the card. They said they couldn't. Endless told me they couldn't afford to do it, an additional deck of cards, but they could do a spinner. So I figured out, okay, what's 360 divided by 45, and I just created a spinner.
Yeah.
And then the Showcase Showdown spinner. There hadn't been one in a price game since 76, since the 3rd edition from Milton Bradley. It's like, well, this is an integral part of the show. It's got to be in there.
Yeah.
So I made another spinner.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So what season of Price is Right you were on again as a contestant?
I was on the season premiere of season 32.
Oh, okay.
First person called, first on stage, and first winner of the first show of the season. I literally set the pace for season 32. And there's a funny story about that. If you watch the video, Bob comes out, welcomes the audience, but then he brings in Barbara Bloom from CBS Daytime, like the VP CBS Daytime, and Sid Vintage, who was representing Fremantle. Barbara, very quick, like, congratulations on 32 years and all this. Sid then takes the mic from Bob and goes off this like 3-minute diatribe about how Bob could run for president. And I'm standing in Bitters Row the entire time going, shut up, I want my car. Because I'd seen what the game was, the first game, and it was Lucky 7. It's like, I've got this. And he just kept talking. I went in for my first day of my internship. This is now 3 years later. This is August of 2006. And I was speaking with Roger, who, basically like a post interview, because I already had the job, but he hadn't like formally met me yet. So I went in his office and I said, well, I was a contestant. He said, what show? And I said, the season 32 premiere. He said, oh, the episode where Sid snatched the mic from Bob. Like that was the fleeting moment of that episode that everyone remembered. And I said, oh, that's what you remember? He said, yeah. What'd you play? I said, I played Lucky 7 Act 1. He said, oh, you got us back on time. I played that game so efficiently that I put the show back on schedule.
Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that you helped them with that one. With Lucky 7. But
I didn't either. It was just like, because I didn't ask for help or anything. I played the game myself, and I played it quickly. And then and Roger said, oh no, you put us back on schedule because Sid put us over and you put us under. It's like, oh, okay, great.
If Bob Barker running for president, I mean, I don't know how old he was at the time, but that would have been great.
This was summer of 2003. He was 79.
Okay, so I guess he could have went that age, but still, that would have been.
It was just, it was such a weirdly awkward moment. Like, even like the four of us in Bitters Row were just like, can we move on? Can we get past this?
Yeah. Uh, so you're in the TV business. Like I assumed you need a college internship for Price is Right back in the day, or how did you get that job? And then tell us the rest of your TV business career.
So, my college major, I built myself. Ohio University allows students to build their own major. They just have to write what's called a statement of rationale and submit it to the department called University College, and they decide whether or not it's viable. So I had said I wanted to major in what I would call game show development. So I would take business classes, I would take telecommunications classes, and all of my electives I called categories, because it was like the telecommunications teaches me about the television business, like how to television business and the creative side. The business classes gave me the numbers. The categories gave me the information I can write questions. And they said, yeah, we'll buy that. When it came time and I talked to my advisor about this, she said, you should probably think of an internship. Well, I had known that Price previously had taken interns, but I didn't know if they were still doing it. So randomly, I write a letter directly to Roger Dobkowitz. And I said, this is, I was a contestant on such and such show. I'm currently attending Ohio University, majoring in game show development, my own beast. And I know you've taken interns in the past, and I want to see if there's an opening. He wrote me a lovely letter back saying, we do take interns. We have an opening in the fall of 06. If you would like to come, you'll be on your own dime. Great, no worries. I was already on student loans anyway. So I took out another student loan specifically to live in LA for 6 months. And it wasn't necessary for the career. I think I would have survived a TV career not having the internship. But given the fact that I was able to get backstage access to see how the show was actually produced and set up and all that, it gave me sort of a leg up. So I moved out to LA in 06, did a 6 months, 4.5 month, 5 month internship. And then once nearing the end of my internship, Roger would come into my office saying, I don't want you to leave. But he knew I had to finish school. So he was very respectful that no, you should finish your degree. This is your senior year, finish your degree. But he clearly wanted me to stay because he knew my passion. He knew my expertise in the show. And the job that I was doing was very good. And he was about to, what I didn't know at the time, he was about to lose one of the PAs that he needed somebody to replace, and he was willing to do it for me. But at the time, the company would not allow him to hire another person full time. And then this was also after Bob had announced his retirement. So now the future of the show is in flux. So it's like a lot of things were happening. In March of 2007, I'd flown back out for spring break, and he said, I really want to bring you in, but I can't, but we'll try to hold a position for you for next season, provided we come back. Because at the time, Drew had not been announced, or Drew had not even done Power of 10. So we weren't sure what the status of the show was. So they had started season 36 with Drew. They started it late. I messaged Roger. I said, hey, I'm going to come out in early 2008. Let's talk. And he said, so long as you come out, we'll hold a position. I said, great. I'm going to move out in July and organize the truck and all this. And then July 1st was when Roger got fired.
Oh,
and
damn.
my move was already moving that direction. And now my prospect for a job had vanished. So moved out to LA, stayed there a month, ran out of money, moved back home to Ohio. And then in 2010, I said, I'm just going to do it. I don't care. I don't have a job when I get out there. I'll figure it out. So I moved back out in 2010 with some then friends of mine. and we were game show fans, and we wanted to try to break in, but we just couldn't. So I got another contestant spot. I got two more contestant spots, one on the GSN version 1 versus 100, and one on a short run NBC show called Who's Still Standing. Didn't make any money on that one. Only made like $300 from 1 versus 100, but it kept adding to, my contestant roster, and I kept getting onto shows and seeing how the backstage and seeing how the contestants were selected, and then I kept programming.
Mm-hmm.
And 2016, I got a call from a producer that said they had heard from a producer friend of mine that I had done good work and that he was creating a show for GSN. He wanted to know if I wanted to make demo software. I'm like, sure. Because they hadn't, the show hadn't been pitched yet. They were pitching it, but they wanted a full live demo. And I said, well, that's fine, but why not talk to like John Ricci, who John Ricci was doing all the, if his channel's like J Ricci 89, I think, on YouTube. He said, John's not available, but we want to see if you are. So one, this is 2016, to be mentioned in the same breath as JRJ was like, whoa, hang on. Who knows about my software and who's spreading these? And I said, I'll take the gig. The show eventually became Emo Genius on GSN, which they kept me on as a producer. From that job, that's how I started working with CBS Electronics to service all the game shows in LA, or like half the game shows in LA. I started that job in 2017, and I just left it recently. So 8 years, I think my resume is built to 48 different shows, and that includes like Bold and the Beautiful and Young and the Restless, because they also had electronics needs at the time. But just from the playpen to a contestant to an intern to, I know a lot of backstage goings on 40 plus different shows. So it's been a ride, to say the least.
100%. And tell us about Funny You Should Ask that you also work on.
Funny You Should Ask was absolutely one of my favorite shows to work on, because it was a 10-hour comedy show every day with some comedians that I'd known since I was a kid, that I had looked up to as a comic, or as them being comedians. John Lovitz was there every day. I loved his like sense of humor. Louis Anderson, Jack A was there quite frequently. And it got to the point, and it started on Funny, where it was like, I was able to talk to the host. Now granted, and John Kelly's a lovely human being, and he was a very nice guy. He would come around at the beginning of every tape day. He'd get into his first show suit, but then come around set and say hi to literally everyone on the crew, all 9 camera guys, everybody at the producer's table. He'd come over and say hi to me, because he knew, like, well, the show doesn't run without game electronics. What I say about my old job was, without me, it's a talk show. And quite literally, if you don't have anybody operating the game, you're just sitting around talking. There's nothing to do.
Yeah.
And like, if there was a hard to pronounce name or something, I would put in the pronouncer in his, cheat monitor. And then I would run on stage, making sure he was, backstage ready to enter before the producers got to him about questions. And be like, hey, check the cheat monitor. There's a weirdly pronounced name. Do you want me to do it any different? He's like, no, I got it. And so John Kelly was absolutely wonderful to work with. That's one of the shows that I actually miss doing, because the executive producer, Bob Bowden, is a friend of mine, and I got to know everyone on the set, and it was a fun show.
Is that the show that you left just recently? We're out of the TV business just a few months ago, or
no? The last show that I serviced is actually the new syndicated and GSN show called The Perfect Line. So with Deborah Norville, which Deborah Norville, also a wonderful human being, and I did the same thing with her. If there was an ishy name, I'd see if there's anything I can do, because anything I put in the cheat monitor also went in the podium, so I couldn't give her a pronouncer. But especially as a first time game show host, which Deborah was, and me being so seasoned, it was like, she even came back into R10 a couple times. She'd be like, I want to see what you do. And so I put up a rehearsal stack and I ran a game. And I said, this is how you get your information on stage. And she's like, this is fascinating. But the show that actually caused me to leave LA was, it was actually 3 shows. It was the Fox first run schedule. It was 25 words or less, person, place, or thing, and Pictionary. In 2024, they had moved to Atlanta. And the going knowledge was they were moving permanently. And I said, okay, I'll move with you. If you hire me directly, you can hire me as a local. I'll move to Atlanta. And they said, deal. What I didn't realize was in January, after I had lived in Atlanta now for 3 months, 2 of those shows got canceled. And it was like I had made, this agreement, and now my 6 months of work has gone to 6 weeks of work. This is no longer a tenable job. I said, I'll do 1 more season of 25 words or less, and anything that comes up, and I'm leaving. So I'm now living in Florida. I'm away from the television industry, and honestly, my mind has never been clearer. Like I haven't been this happy in a long, long time.
Very good. And I was going to ask, did you live in California full time or part time, like during the fall to summer seasons? Like how did?
Oh no, I was a full time resident from July of 2010 until I left at the end of 2024. I lived there for almost 14 and a half years.
That's pretty cool. And what experience from those game shows that you worked at when you take for future opportunities?
Basically the experience I have of dealing with people. That's basically the one thing that's helped me even get the job that I have now is just like my experience dealing with producers, with talent, and with contestants. 3 definite producers, talent, crew, and contestants. 4 very separated regimes on stage. Talent has their own, their own wants and needs. Producers definitely have their own wants and needs, but I'm a crew member, so I gel well with the crew. And then contestants are technically our customers, so I have to, deal with them as like, this is how to operate things. So just learning how to deal with people is the thing that's helped me the greatest, I think.
Do you have any advice for anybody that can take from your experience by dealing with people? Like any advice that you got out of that?
Yeah, it was advice that I had gotten during the development for Emo Genius. Never let them see you sweat. At the time, I had like, I'd say rage issues. Like if something didn't go my way, I let everyone know about it. And that was something I basically had to unlearn. And the showrunner took me aside and said, don't let him see you sweat. Just kind of roll through it. And I've taken that to heart over the last 10 years. And it's like, if something, with very few exceptions, if something gets me riled up, I'll save it. During Perfect Line, I had sort of a code that if somebody heard me say something over the headsets, they knew something was wrong. If the director or producer would get on, and they would get on not direct with me, they'd get on like a public channel, whether it be like stage manager, so like stage crew could hear it, or something else. They'd be like, well, we want to change this. And I said, we'll discuss this later. And they know, oh, something's brewing and he doesn't want to deal with this. If ever I said, I'm coming to the booth, they knew this show's stopping. Because if I'm not sitting in the chair, the show goes nowhere. And if I say, I'm coming to the booth, you're calling a hold, I'm going to deal with this person to person because I don't want anyone to hear this outside of who's in the booth.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to lose it. So if I say, I'm coming to the booth, everyone on stage was like, we're going to stop for a bit. So that was my way of making sure that they didn't see me sweat. Is I basically had my own language over the headsets. And as if I said, I'm coming to the booth, it's like, no, I don't want anyone to hear this, and no one's going to see me sweat or hear me sweat over the radio. You and I are going to hash this out right now.
100%. And you worked on a bunch of game shows.
Mhm.
Have you ever been to any game shows as a fan? And I'm talking like not Price is Right, trying to be a contestant. I mean like going to the show and you know that you're gonna be there as a fan.
So
No
like
matter what.
since I've been working in the job, you mean, or just at all?
Both.
So before I got my job, yeah, I went to a few Wheel of Fortune tapings. I went to a couple of Jeopardy tapings. I went to a taping of Family Feud while John O'Hurley was still hosting. So yeah, I would absolutely go as a fan. I went to a taping of Hole in the Wall. That was a day.
I've heard of I heard of
Yeah.
it before. I haven't seen it yet, but
Yeah, it was
yeah. Not good.
yeah, it was not pleasant from an audience perspective.
Okay.
But no, I would absolutely go as a fan, as even after I was a contestant on Price before I got my internship, and even after I'd moved to LA before I got my job, I would still get tickets and go to the
Yeah.
show and just have my number crossed out. Be like, nope, I've been on the show. I'm ineligible. Go ahead and cross me out. I'm just here to watch. I was in the audience for the first day of the Purple Wheel.
I know this story.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
god.
it was I liked it. I liked the Purple Wheel. I really did, because it added a pop of color. I was like, oh, this is interesting. Even in person, it was like, oh, that's different. I like that. So yeah, as a fan, absolutely would go as a fan. My first game show taping that I ever went to, I was actually 7. And it was when the Ohio Lottery game show Cash Explosion Double Play came to my hometown during a summer festival. So they had set up, they taped on a Friday. My mother actually pulled me out of school early and she said, we're going to the Stern Wheel Festival. I was like, okay, I didn't know what was going on. And then when we got there, she's like, look, and I was like, that's Cash Explosion Double Play. Where do I sit? So that was my first experience, not only with a game show, but with a television taping. And this one was a live remote. So it was, that was an eye-opening experience. That was fun to watch.
Very cool. The first game show taping I ever went to was the live stage show of The Price is Right, in my local area. But as for like real game shows go, I went to The Price is Right back in December of last year for my Make a Wish trip. So I was able to meet Drew George after the program.
Nice.
Have you ever got to meet them before or no?
I've met Drew. I've met George once at a party, and it was a party to thank Roger. This was like 1 or 2 years after he was terminated. They had a party. They had a rap party for the show, but they invited Roger, so like he got to be in the pictures, and they wanted me in the pictures. It's like, I'm not on this season, but sure. So I met George very briefly. I've met Drew a couple of times. Both very lovely guys.
Yeah. Have you thought about creating softwares for Chain Reaction, Weakest Link, and Russian Roulette?
Chain Reaction's already there.
Okay.
Weakest Link I believe is currently on my docket, but it's very low down because I have connections to the current show. So my rule is, if I have any connection, whether personally or professionally, to a show, I will not create software for it. 25 words or less is a prime example. I love it. I think it would do well in my shop. I'm still tied to the show, so I'm not going to do it. There are a couple times that I've broken that rule, Price is Right being one, because I do have a tenuous professional connection to that show, but it was being asked for, so I just did it. Russian Roulette, probably not, because of the gimmick. Another rule of mine, if the show involves a gimmick, whether it be, contestant stunt, something special on stage, an isolation booth, chances are I'm not going to create it because I can't replicate that. That falls on
Yeah.
whoever's playing the game to be able to replicate that. I've actually had requests to
Yeah.
do 21. And it's like, okay, it's a solid game, but if you want me to do the 50s version, it's very dull. If you want me to do the Maury Povich version, that's fine. I can do that, but it still requires the isolation booth. I am about to break that rule with something I'm developing for the beginning of the year. Again, I'm not going to say what it is, but it is breaking the if it has a gimmick, I'm not doing it rule.
Okay. Understandable.
Yeah.
One final question. With the work you've done on all of these game shows, what do you think about game shows from the start, first watching them, working on, etc., and what do you think about the game shows today going into the future?
This is a really hard question to answer without getting into trouble. By and large, I love game shows. As a rule, I love game shows. I have very personal opinions about specific shows and specific hosts. I have 3 hosts that I hold in very high regard because 2 of them I have on speed dial. And
as for mentors, right?
Just because I've formed a friendship with these hosts, and like the 2 that I am probably the better friends with, Melissa Peterman and Meredith Vieira, because I've worked with Meredith the longest, and Melissa like the second longest because she's been on 25 Words for so long. And then the third host that I hold in very high regard is Brooke Burns, because I was there. I was with her for every episode of Masterminds. And
I like that, so that's a good one.
And because of round 3 with the speed round, she has to read off a tablet. Well, we were controlling that tablet. So she and I were in direct contact, like before the season started, be like, what do you need on the tablet? What, give me any notes you need. Even before the show started, she'd look out at the stage and be like, is the cheat right? What do we need to do to fix it? What I didn't realize until the last season of Masterminds that we did was she knew my name. So when the first day she was on set before rehearsal, I walked down on the set to do our usual, like, hey, check the cheats. Is everything fine? She's like, oh, hi, Travis. I'm like, how do you know my name? And I was amazed that somebody that I had already held in high regard as being an amazing actress and a wonderful host knew who I was. And that came to a head in 2024 when Cal State LA launched their game show program, and they had Bob Bowden, a couple GSN execs, and Brooke. Well, I had just come back into town from taping the first half of that season of 25 Words. So I flew back to LA because we were dark. And I just showed up randomly, and she's standing on stage talking to someone else, and I sneaked up behind her. I said, how dare you do tic-tac-toe without me? And she turned around. She's like, oh, my God, I'm so glad to see you. So current game shows and current hosts, certain hosts, I hold in very high regard. Old shows, I hold in high regard, but I can see that they had flaws. Current shows that I'm trying to learn, I have opinions, I have feelings, and I'm going to try to keep them as low-key as possible because I don't want to get in trouble with the people that run them that I know.
All right. Well, where can they find you on social media?
So social media, I have my personal Instagram is Game Guy Griff. My new channel on my YouTube channel is at Game Show Machine. That's where all my tutorials are. And then my partner and I are launching more. Let's see, I'm trying to remember the name of it. It is Vendetta_ship on Instagram. Our new company, Vendetta Ship.
Where did they get updates for like soft updates, like for the
So at Game Show Machine on Instagram is where I post all like the news and everything. If an update comes up for a thing I already have in the shop, I will email everyone who's already bought it and send them the update. But if you think something's been updated and I haven't reached out to you, please shoot me a message over on the Etsy shop, and I'll double check to see if it's been updated and if I need to send it out.
All right, very cool. Well, that'll be it for this interview right now.
Are you looking for the most fun entertainment on YouTube? Then welcome to the Network 3000. We have game shows, vlogs, live streams, podcasts, live shows, sport videos, gaming videos, plus more. Subscribe today. We hope you enjoy the Network 3000 on YouTube.
All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the next episode of Chilling3000 here tonight on this Friday, November 28th, 2025. Hope all of you are doing well. Hello there, Taurisia. Hope I pronounced that right. And here's Emo over here. How are you doing?
Hey.
Hello there, Emo. And thank you to Travis for doing that interview here today. And also to everyone that came in the live chat this evening. Usually I would have done 10:30 p.m. here tonight, but with episode 200 right around the corner on December 19th, it will be at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for episode 200 on that Friday, the 19th of next month. So I just wanted to test out this time slot for 8:30, see how it goes. And as for this episode, it has went very well here so far. So I'm gonna keep that time slot for 8:30 next month on the 19th, and then we'll see how I go with the time slot for Fridays in 2026. Because in 2026, I'll be doing it either on a Friday or a Saturday, depending on the scheduling. But how was your Thanksgiving email?
Well, it went pretty. The morning of Thanksgiving went pretty fine, and dinner went somewhat fine.
Let me guess.
I think 2 plates of 2 different pastas plus 3 meatballs, and then one bread roll and 1 dessert. Really was too far for me, as I kind of puked when I got home.
Well, at least they're not sick now. So
Right.
Oh, we have our next degeneration. What do you mean by that?
I got 2 words for you, David.
You got what?
2 words for you.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Oh,
that's my new persona from my channel that I'm using right now.
Oh, okay. But so on today's Hangout Session, we are going to be reacting to a video that Chari wanted me to react, and that is his fight of the century versus Dragon. Now, originally, I had other videos that I wanted to react, but with certain people not available to be on the panel here tonight, I decided last minute I'm going to keep those funny videos for episode 200. And plus, I want to make episode 200 a longer episode, on December 19th. So remember that, people, December 19th, 2025, that will be for when episode 200 of this program will be. So, how is everybody's, well, I already asked email, but Chelsea, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was pretty good. The Cowboys won. I'm happy.
Mm-hmm. Anything
They're
else?
5-5 now. They should be 5. They should be 6-5, but They lost. They didn't win that game against Green Bay, and they got tied. So it is what it is with that team.
Yeah. Well, so I called it, from earlier on in the season. If Dak Prescott keeps on playing well and stay healthy, their playoff chances are through the roof. That's why they paid them the big bucks. Is how he isn't he the biggest paid contract quarterback in the NFL right now?
Yeah, pretty much, and he's proven it by playing the way he's been playing. But also, the defense has started to play better since we made those acquisitions. We got Quinnen Williams, we got that other guy, and we've been getting a lot of players to come in and stop the run. I mean, the last two games, the Dallas Cowboys only allowed 90 yards.
Hmm.
So we're gonna. I'm looking forward to the Detroit game.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one. Um, but yeah. So like I said, if they pay, with that type of money, you're gonna get playoff chances through the roof with him as quarterback. I never doubted him from the start of the year. The season starts now. Like Bill Belichick has said many times, the season starts now at Thanksgiving. No matter how you came into the year, how you started. It's all about right here, right now. You know, going towards after Thanksgiving. On Thanksgiving. So that's just how the NFL goes. With that type of momentum, as they call it. Um, so I am very happy for Dak, and hopefully he will be more. Y- let's see if they can actually make it, to the playoffs. Because I'll be shocked if they don't with that type of money they spent on that quarterback.
Well, it's not so much the quarterback; it's the defense. You can't have a good team with a yeah. You can't have a good offense without a good defense, or you'd be struggling. You
Yeah,
know.
explain this why they explain this why who's that player that got traded to the Packers again? I drawing a blank.
Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons, thank
Yeah.
you. Like they're that there's reasons why they're getting crushed for that trade because of that type of
Yeah.
defense right there. So
With those two picks, we'll be able to, if Jerry Jones uses them, bring in some defensive players. We already got two good wide receivers. We got a decent tight end,
yeah,
and we got a decent running. We got a decent offense. We just need a good. We just need a build a defense. We need a good, solid defense. We need some good linebackers. We need a good secondary.
yeah. Well, let's see what happens for the rest of the season. But did you watch any football yesterday, Emo? Because that's a big Thanksgiving tradition.
Well, since there were two televisions in the house I was having Thanksgiving dinner in, each with the same football channel. There was no other choice.
Yeah, I mean the only good game, if I remember correctly, it was the. I mean, I, it was the first. I think the Lions game was pretty good. It's just that the away team won, with the way they did. But I think all those two games right there were pretty good. But with that Jack Napa third game, I mean, what's up with NBC? They keep screwing up their primetime games. I don't know what's going on with how they run things with their hype. It's, it annoys me because I like ABC, but
It
I don't
seems like
know.
they've gotten lazy nowadays. It seems like every network is getting lazy with stuff, and it's sad.
Yeah, but while I get the video up for the Fight of the Century. Here's a promo for episode 200 of Chilling3000 Hangouts.
Hey, Charlie!
Yes, Pat.
We called you a self-centered, Oh, I'm sorry, this is for Rosie O'Donnell.
Can I get No!
Who are the two interviews? Is it from Will and or Dio? Find out December 19th, 2025 at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on the Network 3000 YouTube page.
Alright, that's the promo right there. And now, let me see if I can. Oh, that is. Browser's having. How is my browser having trouble pointing? Let me see if I. If not, I'll just go to his YouTube. Let me see. Where did I save the video to?
I'll be right back.
All right, take your time.
Okay. Yeah, take your time. Okay. So what else? Well, what's your favorite parts about Thanksgiving?
Being with family and friends, spending time with people. The best. And the food is good, but the food comas afterwards. I don't know if you ever fall asleep after eating turkey. You're like,
I mean, that's why everybody gets the day off today, because of that. Like they don't have the energy to do that. But it is what it is. All right, here's the reaction to the fight of the century, and like I said, I'll save the funny videos that we'll react to on episode 200, so that'll be a segment for me to save for that. Here we go. You haven't seen this yet, right, Chelsea?
I only saw bits and pieces of it, but I haven't seen it in its entirety. Make sure to shop Redbubble this holiday season.
I meant to highlight this comment. Can you see the full comment on there or no?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, okay.
Linus is my favorite character.
I think Charlie Brown is my favorite because he's the main. Well, actually, either that or the that one. The gives you life. Yeah, when you don't have a life. Okay.
That's not true, David.
Surrounded by gods of men, I thought I saw his eyes. They parted while for the house always. For the house always wins. For the house always wins. For the house always wins. For the house always.
Why you having a big
I'll start now.
Out of the darkness, the house of Triton will rise. Wrap you in thunder and fill the skies. Now with lightning, you'll better move fast.
Punch him in the face, God damn it.
Muddy water,
Snap his head back a little.
you'll better hide your cash. For the house always wins.
Chayden's a big guy though. Dragon's like a few inches shorter than him, and Chayden has a reach advantage. So you have to be very. If you're a smaller, faster guy, you make Chayden run around, and since he smokes, he'll tire out quickly.
And the name remains, for the house always wins.
Dragon has some good foot movement. You got it right there.
House always wins.
Oh, man.
It is time for the change.
Why is the dog in this fight?
On the hands that
Oh,
won't
is that
grab my
Snoopy?
heart.
That must be Celine's dog, the
They're
big one.
surrounded by gods of men. I thought I saw his eyes.
Dragon must have fell on that little hole right there.
For the house always, for the house always wins. For the house
Talking this.
house always wins. For the house
Slam him to the floor. I'm
wins. For the house always wins.
go like this. What? How is this part? Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, is this new song?
Whispers in shadows,
These are,
lonely place.
AI generated song. So you don't have nothing
Cold
to worry about.
steel under my
Oh, yeah, he's on
skin. Judgment pierces like a blade. Face the world all alone.
I'm glad you're finally on the two beams.
In the bones, gravity dragging
Oh!
me down. Can't break, can't shake me. Strong as iron, forged in pain, rising through the flames. Doubts creep in every night.
I never know these.
Lost souls searching for the
Tostitos, yeah.
fight. Eyes wide, heart ignites. Voices say you're too small.
There we go.
Rise up and shatter these walls. Warrior inside can't fall. Can't break, can't shake me. Strong as iron, forged in pain. Rising through the
Oh! Darn it. I think Game Mode doesn't like
Dayton's too big and slow. That's why Dragon has the advantage.
rise up and shatter.
Well, he's trying.
Warrior inside can't fall. Can't break, can't shake me. Strong as iron, forged in pain. Rising through the flames.
Okay. referee.
I would have
They
tapped
should've-
out by now.
They should have made the NXT referee.
It also depends on how much pressure Dragon is applied on his neck too. There we go, he's out.
Truth is hard to ever find.
Ooh.
Ghosts of past mistakes arise. Deadly tolls and silent cries. Hidden doors and broken dreams.
Have you fun watching this video?
Reality
I think Emo's this video.
Well, this is basically a USC stuff.
through the lies in the house lies. Truth defies.
If a UFC fighter has a wrestling background, this is what you would see.
Falls, but he won't hide.
11 minutes, Emo.
Staring down the endless dark. Every corner leaves a mark. Fear and courage side by side. No one lives here, just survives. Locked away where nightmares creep. Secrets that the spirits keep. Every room another tale. Shaitan fights to lift the veil. Bleeding hearts and shattered souls. Mysteries fill the empty holes.
Please.
Haunting
Get him on the
trails
ground.
and echo screams.
Yes, please.
Lost in never-ending dreams.
Come on, man.
Digging deeper
This fight better be.
lies in
The dog is
No,
like, what
wait.
the hell's going on?
house. Truth defies. Shaitan fights the shadow night. Darkness falls, but he won't hide.
They just both die like that. That's weird.
Bells are ringing, chimes are clanging,
I
fire
like this.
burning, house ablaze. My hands are up, they're waving. The Lord's Son will not save. They had my body hanging till the dirt covered my face. Now I'm awake and raging. The devil let me out my grave. I got sick of standing in a line with other outcasts. Some kids from school, some my old friends in my family. It's true, the grass is greener where you're not at. But when you can't leave, when you can't breathe, it drives you mad. They had my body hanging till the dirt covered my face. Now I'm awake and raging. The devil let me out my grave. I said, hang
Oh. Okay. That's the end right there. Wow. That was I'm not sure what to say about that fight. That was very unexpected to watch. I can't really um you know, but I will say I think Dragon won most of the fights, so sorry you can suck it. And
2 words.
yep. So yeah, there you go. I was waiting for more. I was waiting for more, so I didn't know who won there at the end. I thought they were gonna continue to fight or whatnot, but it looks like Dragon was the nice person to be on top of someone there. So that means Dragon has won the fight, and thank God because Charlie is officially retired from fighting in arenas or parks or whatever.
Arenas or parks.
Mm-hmm. So I'll give that fight a 3.5. Or actually, you know what? 4.5 because I'll give credit to the music, but you know, it's just that I wish they would have talked in there. But then again, I can understand because of all the wind that was going on in the background, so that I can understand. But
Nearing the end of that video, did anybody see another David 3000 come in? Like I did?
that was me. I was testing something on StreamYard. No worries.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
No, I was testing. I was trying to get the screen of the reaction video bigger on StreamYard, so I was
okay.
trying to fix that. But
Sorry.
yeah, that is the reaction video to I want to hear emails thoughts here.
I see. Since I don't watch fighting videos, I can't really give like a lot of thoughts.
Are you still honest, Chelsea?
Well, the Dragon was the quicker guy. That's why Chayton got some shots in, but Dragon had the advantage due to his speed, and Chayton had the advantage with his reach. But Dragon was just the faster guy, and Chayton, not having that experience like Dragon has, that's probably why Chayton was struggling. And not to mention the smoking. What smoking does to you, if you don't, if you're not active, it depletes your stamina like that.
I freaking told you, Charlie, do not smoke and do not drink. That is the reason why you lost. Yummy.
But like Dragon, he probably trains on the daily, and Chayton doesn't. When you don't train like Dragon and you try to fight somebody, you're gonna lose. Chances are.
Amen. Yeah.
You gotta be in great shape to fight somebody. If not, you're gonna lose quickly, and it doesn't.
Yeah. It's all about getting your weakness. That's what happened there. But take a Dragon. Now I have an inspiration or a mentor to fight Chari and make him go on the ground dead like he deserves. But that probably would be for another 10 years if I were to get taller. What age Chelsea do you usually stop growing? I was thinking about that earlier today.
I think about 19 or 20 is when you start growing.
Because with the clothing I have on is like mostly medium, so I'm just like, should I buy more clothes like when I get older, or should I still keep these because a medium size, or
I
why
would.
anything too
It
large?
depends. Clothes. It depends on. It depends because clothes do get worn out when you wash them over time, and they get holes in
Perhaps.
them too. So you're gonna have to keep buying clothes.
Yeah.
Unless you know how to sew and stitch and stuff.
Perhaps, but the good thing about them is that you can sell. Once you get, if you need, if we need to buy a bigger size, you can always sell the smaller sizes.
Yeah.
So you're not wasting any money if you buy too many clothes or pajamas, whatnot. And
Well, it
if you,
depends on where you shop too. Like, you could
mhm,
go thrift shopping. There's always good clothing there that people don't really use.
perhaps,
Yeah.
I
More
don't
so
really
than
know any thrift
Goodwill.
stores in my area. I never been to one. I think I don't, or maybe I have. I just didn't know that was, you know, it was one of those types. But yeah, but I salute to you, Dragon, for your victory. Thank you very much. Um, so let's get into some topics here. Uh, since we have about under 10 minutes left or so once we get to the 90-minute mark. Let's go over some excuse me, let's go over some topics here today that I want to talk about here. Um, Emo, I think this might interest you as well since you're also a video gamer, get guy. Earlier this month, GameStop has decided to make a national day for the for the store of a day on the December 6th called Trade Anything for Anything Day or whatever it is. Trade for Anything Day. I'm gonna start with Emo here. What's your thoughts about that news that came out earlier this month in regards to GameStop? Can you hear me? Or is
Is
Emo for?
is that even like news exactly?
Yeah, Mason told me about it earlier this month. Yeah.
Yeah, there's been videos made about it. Like the Corey was like talking about like the employees were complaining about it. It was funny. I might just go I might go on the first, but I and
It's
give
actually
out.
it's actually on the 6th when regards to um trade anything no trade for anything day. It's on December 6th, not the first.
I'll
So
probably go and see what's how. I'll probably go and see that and
yeah.
probably trade in my two 64 games.
I don't, who knows because you know you know you can easily play them on the Project 64.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
that analog one. I was thinking about getting that one, saving up for one and just buying it online.
well, also you could play on the Project 64 emulators as well.
Yeah,
Um, so that might
I
be
was thinking about getting that Project 64 emulator on my TV, but you know that would
you can
save
do
me
that on your
money.
TV
I mean, on my
computer.
computer. Yeah. I mean, I got a 64 at home. I mean, over here.
Yeah. Um, I don't know if it's a better experience by actually having a console or on the computer because
I
you
mean,
know
it's both a good experience.
because
It's both a good.
you can actually start to interrupt, but you can also on the computer wise, you can use your OBS and screen record it. You
Yeah,
know,
true.
and who knows how many game captures out there you can use for Nintendo 64.
Mine works fine on. Is you have
Really?
to if you're gonna get a game capture. I mean, if you're gonna do game capture on a console, on an
Mhm.
older console, get a HDMI converter. It'll help.
Yeah. It is what it is. But
They sell them on Amazon. You could probably get one for the NES too.
yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. But the next topic, email. I don't know if you heard this person before, but it's probably best if you didn't. But if the opposite is okay, I know Chester, you do. Uh, it was some. It was viral on the internet this month that Jack Doherty got arrested. I forgot
Jack
what
Dorky. I
I
don't.
forgot what the reason was. Wasn't it for drugs or steroids?
No, he had drugs on him, but he was blocking traffic, and they were telling him to get out, and they warned him more than once, and then they just arrested him, and he just stood there and let it happen. I was like, you idiot.
I know. But then you yourself go to jail, like you realize how bad jail is, as for going to jail anyway, you know, it's it's not a good experience at all being in jail, especially when you get the mugshot and
Yep,
plus
and
as
then
well it'll ruin your career.
for
Big
him,
time.
for Jack Doherty, it's like attention. Any
Yeah,
any bad attention is good attention to that idiot. He's a dork.
yeah. Never never use him as a mentor, people. Never. He's pretty much explains why this generation is effed up right now. It's because of him. The world would be a better place if he wasn't in this generation. I know that's deep, but it's the truth. So,
Humanity is pretty
him,
screwed up nowadays.
Yeah, I'll agree
yeah,
with
exactly.
that. I'll agree with you on that, emo. It is.
Yeah, especially with also that 6-7 volt. You know what? That is a brain rot joke if I ever heard of one. Because there was no. If you're supposed to make fun of the rapper, fine. But if you're gonna make that as a repetitive joke that gets less funny over time, that has no meme behind it, come on, man. Like 6-7, that is a number, a number. And plus, apparently, that is the word of the year now for 2025. It should have been Epstein as word of the year. Because every time I look at the comment section, it Epstein, Epstein, Epstein. Oh, you know what? But for 6-7 to be word of the year, come on, like where has this? Where has humanity been? And all of these next generation of kids, who I thought I was gonna look up to, now they're gonna be saying this joke. Where in school, you see, I thought about being a substitute teacher for like a couple days a week, like on the Wednesday or a Thursday or something every single week, just to build up my resume. But after hearing that joke, no, I don't want to hear that at 7 o'clock in the morning to start my day. No, no, never, never. I'm not going to have that. Plus, kids are too much to handle these days anyway.
Yeah.
Unless if they're, well, depending on how they act, of course. But I love my cousins, or you know, what do we call it, as the kids that are related to you, like your nephews or whatever. But you know, I am just, when I see those reels on social media of those kids doing that, it just disturbs me because they're gonna get a lot of trouble if they keep doing that at school just to get attention from their. That's that's what they're doing it for. They're doing that joke for attention. The only thing that people can laugh at them for, to make for people, to make people laugh at them for. You know what I'm saying? It's not original at all. I had to get that off my chest. Um, so as for the next topic I want to get into is the the Cowboys have been on fire for the past month, right? Right, Jesse, for the past month.
Yeah, they've been on fire. They beat Philadelphia and KC, but then again, KC is not really doing too well this season. They're now 5-6.
They may be under 500, but never count out Patrick Mahomes. Like I said, the season starts now. As for starting on Thanksgiving onward, unless it's for the New York Giants, but you know that's what Bill Belichick always says. The season starts now if you're in contention. So, and of course, I truly believe that the Cowboys have been playing for Marshawn Needham. That's his name, right?
Yeah.
Who passed away earlier this month due to suicide. And I know that's a little bit dark to say. I'm not trying to bring anybody, smooth down, but when you lose a parent at that age, it could get, which I've heard, is why he did that. Decided to go back to live with his mom in heaven. You can get into a really dark place if you lose a parent at that age.
I know what that's like.
As for losing a parent at that age.
Yeah, losing a parent at any age is bad. It's not good.
Yeah. That's why I'm glad that Thanksgiving is, one of those good holidays that I may not be a 100% of a big fan of, but it is my second favorite holiday because of the food and football. But honestly, Thanksgiving used to be like a very big second favorite holiday of mine up until like almost 10 years ago when I stopped going to my other side of family's Thanksgiving parties because that stopped in the other part of my family. But I digress. Your Seahawks have been an amazing surprise. I expect them to be competitive every year, but then again, Steve Carl, I guess that's what the team needed was a new coach because Steve Carroll was with them for a very long time, over 10 years, and now he's with Tom Brady's Las Vegas Raiders. So
he's gonna have to clean that team up.
But that Raiders team is not going to go anywhere with the way they're playing. Oh,
it's Chayton.
brother. Hey, Charlie.
Yeah, I decided to crash this stream. Well, because you were still live. I'll have to watch the part where you were reacting to it. Because you didn't need me, David, you dumb fuck, to fucking react to it when I'm the one that was in the...
It was your video. I thought you wanted to give commentary.
Was I there with Jordan and his baldness when he was reacting to it?
I didn't watch that video.
Oh wow, you did support your friend's videos? Well, it makes sense. He doesn't support us. Bless you. literally, Jordan. Like, what was it? Like Jordan was asking me yesterday on Money's stream. By the way, check it out. Even though it was kind of chaotic at parts, but shout out to Money. Anyway, what was going on? I need to find a lighter. Give me a second. What are you doing with a lighter, baby? Mr. Beauregard's here, your favorite person in the world.
Oh, hi, Mr.
Hey.
Beauregard.
Anyway, I know Mr. Beauregard is probably very rare, especially in this community, for a woman to say hi. But you know what? Again, like, you're my favorite because you're her favorite, so therefore you're okay. Unlike David's pale, white, Casper-looking ass.
I want to clarify the reason why I didn't watch Jordan's video because I didn't want to get spoiled with that.
Oh, okay. I respect that. But I was gonna say, even so, Jordan was asking me, what was it, yesterday on Money's stream? He was asking me, "Hey, Chayton,
what happened on the popcorn panel this past Tuesday, and I was like, watch it. Well, you could just tell me what happened. And I told him, just watch it, you son of a bitch. And I'm like thinking, you're the one that's asking everybody, hey, did you see Bofas when Gary opened up his present and that I got for him? But yet he wants he doesn't want to watch popcorn panel, wants me just to tell him what happened. I should just ask him, no, Jordan, tell me exactly what happened. Go step by step. What did Gary, when Gary opened your present, was he aroused? Was he disgusted?
Did
Like
more hair fall
what was
out?
going on? Did his hair fall off again? You know, like, yeah.
Well,
I think Gary went bald, so you know what? He did something Jordan should be doing, and that's go bald. Actually, Gary rocks the bald look. I think Jordan would too.
Yeah, see, there's a Gary's always been a mentor towards Jordan, same with Mommy, so why not follow them?
Yes. Like his two idols are bald. His hell, his father is bald. And I've and I've said if Jordan like, I'm not telling him to be like me and go get bitches, but if he wants bitches, if he could like that AI bald photo of him, he looks like a dead ringer for his father. And his father still looks like if he was a single man, he'd get plenty of tail. My point is Jordan could do.
He did get married, you know, Greg Wiggle.
Yeah.
Greg Wiggle.
Yeah. My point is that, like, you know, that's what I'm hoping, because I know his mom's down for it. I had the idea of him getting shaved bald on the first episode of Hangman Outcast season 2 in May.
Yep.
Yeah, I know his mom's down for it. She told me that they go on the live chats.
Yeah.
But outside of all that, but outside of all that, how are y'all doing?
Good.
Doing good. You know, I'm trying to stay awake. You know, after being tired from yesterday, but still, that's what happens on Thanksgiving. Everybody gets tired, and
I hope Dragon's still in there, because this is only going to be the one time I say this. How about them Cowboys whooping the Eagles' ass? And they whooped the Chiefs. How is it that the fucking Cowboys of all the teams have beaten both the last two Super Bowl champions?
You know why? They paid Dak Prescott for a lot of money for those reasons right there. Because
shit, if I was being paid a lot of money by them, I'd be fucking throwing 110% of my effort too. Either that, or if I have a non-cut clause, like they can't fire me for any reason unless I get caught doing drugs or something. I can't. What do you call it? Then I just if they were paying me and I had no cut clause, I would literally be like, well, you know what? I'm gonna fucking just slack because they're paying me money anyways. It's guaranteed money. That would be me, because fuck. But
by the way,
what's up?
I don't know if I told you this before, but I got these new headphones that are Bluetooth and the microphone here as well, so I'm hands free. So, and it's a gaming headset as well. So,
your mic sounds good. Like that makes sense now, because when you were laying in bed, I could still hear it. Like, well, were you wearing your Bluetooth when you were on Popcorn Panel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You were okay, because I heard you a lot better even from far away. So I figured you were on like some Bluetooth.
Yeah, because I got this last week or so, which has been very helpful when it comes to being hands free. So
yeah.
But and this will be good for gameplay videos, especially now. I got a new game capture card. I just need to find the right time. Which I might.
How is it that you and Jester have gotten a gameplay? Like, I haven't yet. I could, because, well, I got the PS3 and the Xbox. But how is it that we both have done it, but yet Jordan has not gotten one yet?
Oh, I was going to say I got mine from Walmart. I don't know about where Jesse got his.
I got mine from Amazon.
So there's like multiple options.
Yeah, there's plenty of options.
Oh, stop there. See, and Dragon's still here.
Yeah, I saw that, because I was mentioning about the Cowboys whooping the Eagles' ass. Like I did see how passionate Dragon gets with his Eagles game when he was here. One other thing I was gonna say. Yeah, I like one thing I will say. I'm going to talk about this more on my channel in a few weeks because originally I was going to do the stream this past Wednesday.
Hey, this is Michael. Sorry.
Oh, but I was what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I was gonna, but I do know that January I'm gonna bring back some old shows for at least one and dones because of the fact that I'm gonna be what's the word I'm looking for? Since I hit 300,000 overall views this year and all that, I will be fucking doing like a little fan appreciation month for the month of January, but also bringing some new original content. And I've already. What's up, David?
When you bring back those shows for that special occasion, you don't have to put an episode number. You can just put the show title and the date of.
Oh yeah. Either I'm doing one and done, or maybe one or two, like 2 episodes, and then after I'm going to be done. And yeah, but I will say this though regarding was it the those shows? Like I'm gonna Tales from the Noose. So I have actually. Sweetie.
Oh,
I've got a question to ask you. Hell, we could eat. Can you pause that real quick? Yeah. So there's a show I used to do called Tales from the News where I would talk about some random ass things, whether it be my work history, place I don't work at anymore, or some wild stories of my affairs, if you will.
Okay.
Well, first off, I'm going to ask you, because I may do one about the affairs. Don't name the names, of course. Well, not like affairs, but you know.
What?
No. But my point is the reason why I'm asking. I never did. I would think that would be a cool episode, thing for us to do. Talk about some of our wackiest moments in those things. Would you be down? We'll figure out a day to do it. All right, fair enough. And we could go raw in detail. We just don't mention, like, I've always been someone who has never said someone's name or said someone's actual
you can use
name.
alias.
Yes, David, I know that, you dumbass. I'm kidding. I did that back in the day. I had episodes titled like fucking, I can't remember what one of the ones, but I gave each girl a nickname. So you can give each one. Like, I already know one for one of them. Bum. Actually, that would actually be all of them, wouldn't it?
No.
Bum 1, Bum 2.
Well, yeah, my official boyfriends, yes.
Yeah, then we could talk about some of our crazy things. Because I think we could do a one just to get a glimpse into our psyches of what we were doing even before we were together. And what other couple would be very openly talking about that stuff to each other on a thing. If you're down for that, I don't want to put you on the spot. You can tell me fuck no and then just tell me get the fuck out before I slap you.
No, it just sounds like a random Saturday night with a blunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, okay. I will get super high with you that night, and we'll get drunk. If that's what it takes to get you to do it.
Are you sure about that? Because
and we'll just be you and me on the stream. It won't be anybody else. That's usually how I used to do those episodes. Also, would you feel comfortable doing one of work stories? Yeah, you're not. You don't like. Basically, what I've always done is I never do anything of places that I currently work for, anywhere that I work for, and we don't have to go in detail with the companies or something. Maybe like, oh, I worked at a movie theater, worked at a gas station. Yeah, all right, we could do 2. That'll be our 2-parter. Okay, I got your physical consent, and now shake my dick. Anyway,
my advice is don't be too drunk because you want to be critical. Have critical thinking.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be yes, but us being high means we're a little more loose. It won't be till January, sweetie. So it's not like right now. But yeah, I just wanted to see because I had an idea. I was having ideas of what we could do, and I was like, wait a second, we won't be like that sad couple that you remember talked about their affair. Yeah, it won't be like that. Although we may make a joke about it, be like, oh my God, when I was with this one girl before you, it was like so surreal. Like I was so bad. Like really bad. We'll just talk like that. Any of you heard about that? Some dude that was a part of a popular YouTube team. The Try Guys. Anybody heard of the Try Guys?
No.
Okay,
No.
good. Because good. I wasn't the only one. I only heard about this because my woman told me. Anyway, this guy cheated on his wife and all that stuff. And then when he got exiled from his fucking team, and then he did a YouTube channel, or he made his own YouTube channel where he had his ex-wife, and they were talking about the affair he had. Oh, he talks shit. Oh, I'm not surprised. David, I like you and Jordan. I like when you give criticisms, I can't really take you seriously, especially you, David, because the only times I've ever seen you get physical is with a pillow and your chair.
I mean,
And sometimes your phone when you throw your phone across the room.
or my camera.
Yes.
But hey, at least I'm honest and do it at appropriate times.
Yes. Now, what was I going to say though? Oh, yes. So that's going to be Tales from the News. We'll do those 2 episodes. Open House, which I'll probably just bring back as a regular. I got Late Night with the Devil on January 1st. It's going to be a reflection. I may do 2 reflections on 2025. Open House reflection on 2025. That will be more of a more positive sense of reflection. And then the one on Late Night with the Devil, well, if anybody knows that show, it knows it's drama related. So it will be the drama side of what happened this past year. So
it was I can't count how many events that happened, but probably 25.
well, I'm also going to talk about certain things that are not in our community that would be considered dramatic. So it's not like so some things are going to be in our community, some things are not going to be. So because I don't want it to be just kind of like I don't want anybody saying, "Oh, you're just using this as an excuse to talk about this person or that person." No, I'm just going through a whole on reflection from basically the beginning of the year, and also talk about things that happened, resolutions that may have happened. So it's not going to be all of this negative on things and all that.
Speaking of dramatic, there was one topic I forgot to talk about. Before you came on here.
What? Your receding hairline?
Shut up. GTA 6 keeps getting delayed until November 19th, 2026.
Yes, David, you gotta buy that for me for my wedding anniversary or wedding gift, because my wedding is 3 days after, or my wedding is 3 days before GTA 6 comes out.
Well, if it doesn't get delayed again, because I've heard rumors that it might get delayed even more.
I don't think it will, because I think it's following the same trend that Red Dead Redemption 2 went through, where it had a release date in the spring or the early summer, and then it got delayed to like the fall 2018. So how many
consoles this game's gonna be on GTA 6? Like how many? Like is it only gonna be for the PlayStation and computer?
Wait, 1 second, brother.
Okay.
It's gonna more than likely it's gonna be on Xbox and PlayStation, maybe on Nintendo. I mean the trilogy's on Nintendo.
I don't see it being on Nintendo. Hey Nicholas, good to see ya. Y'all excited for the new Mario Galaxy movie in April 2026? I did not know about. I did not hear about this.
Really, David, you did not hear about that? Yeah, I saw the trailer. It looked pretty good. I'm a big fan of the first movie. So, what's wrong? What's wrong, Mr. Bogart? Did you see a naked woman? You had like an excited look on your face.
See, I did see the trailer. My biggest problem, the voice of Bowser Jr.
Oh yeah. That's it. Yeah, but hey, Chris Pratt was Mario, and he turned out okay. We'll see. It comes out in April of next year. Now, as far as GTA 6 goes, GTA 5 has been released. Was it PS3, Xbox 360? Fun fact: I was just about like a few months away from turning 19 when GTA 5 came out. That's how old this game is.
Yeah,
Because I was just
Yeah.
about to turn 19, and now I'm by the time, literally, it will be just a week or two away from my 32nd birthday by the time this game comes out.
If it
But
does.
it will. Like it's gonna come out. Like here's my thing. It sucks it got delayed. But here's
What
my
was the
point.
reasons for it anyway?
They probably want to keep working on it. I'd rather them delay it however many times if it means we get a perfect game.
yeah.
We don't want
good
another
polished
Cyberpunk.
game.
We don't want another Cyberpunk where it took them a few years for it to finally become really good.
Yeah.
So, that's just my whole point of that matter. Now, yeah, but those are some little sneak peeks of stuff I'm doing. But the reason why I'm bringing all that up is because for some of the shows, I am going to be putting them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now, of course, Tuesdays will be after Popcorn Panel. Reason being is because, of course, like my woman works mornings at her job, and she has to get up really early to get where she's going. So, usually Tuesdays are the days like she works from home on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Therefore, she has to go to bed a little earlier on those days. So, I'm going to be doing them on those days starting in January because that's better for me as well. But also, and I know some people are going to, get a little upset about, of course, because Late Night with the Devil, that's going to be at 7 p.m. on Thursday, January 1st. But as I've always told people, at this point,
I think you're not doing it every week.
even if I did every week, the old saying is, like, David, how many
Yeah.
times have you done a stream and it goes up against another stream? Like, for example,
Yeah.
Chilling with Jordy, or when Brandon does his football reaction streams.
Wrestling.
Or wrestling, yeah.
Mhm.
How many times has, like, back when you used to do Chilling3000 on Sundays, back when Jordan was doing Uno Sunday, so on and so forth. The point is that we have some connecting tissue in terms of audiences, but let's just be real here. Like Late Night with the Devil on January 1st, I can already guarantee you, without even saying it, I haven't said anything of what I'm going to talk about. People may have ideas, but I can already guarantee you it's going to mop the floor of Rant and Rave. Not because it's a better made show than Rant and Rave. It's because of the fact that Rant and Rave, or that the Late Night with the Devil, by a lot of people, is known as the chaotic, basically, drama show, like Saturday Night Shenanigans.
Great show, by the way.
Yes. So my point is that episode is going to be the mop the floor with them. If I did a stream against Popcorn Panel, well, Popcorn Panel, it depends on the week and the movie.
Yeah.
I'm not, due to me being a co-host of the show, I can never go against them. Like, so I have obligation with that.
Me too, because it's on my channel, so I can't go live while they're live.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I can't, if you notice, I never set premieres. Whenever I do premieres, I never do any of that because, again, I don't want it to compete with Popcorn Panel. Any other show, like okay, the fight between me and Dragon, I did that as a test against Rant and Rave. That 11-minute video did more views than fucking Rant and Rave's episode, like the whole 2 or 3 hours episode. I test certain things to see what they do.
I'm gonna see how many views that fight video has right now. I
think right now it's at like fucking, it was close to 150. or maybe it passed it.
156.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is last Thursday. So,
yeah,
last Thursday.
it's yeah. So I did it on Thursday because it was a different. It was different, and it wasn't like. Let's be real here. An 11-minute video is not going to take a. It's not. It wouldn't do as much damage as like a 3-hour show would.
Rate you rating for last Thursday is 175 views, 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh, the one that was neck and neck. Okay, so it has gone up.
Mm-hmm.
Still impressive. Like I like, regardless of who did better, it's still impressive that 11-minute video did just as much or close to as much as that episode, which is still impressive.
Yeah.
But then again, I can't say shit. Like most of my shorts do like if you like put one of my shorts, like a short that did 1,000 views, that short did better than probably 4 weeks of Rant and Rave combined. I
noticed that too. With what I've been putting out, like AI shorts, and I've been getting thousands upon thousands.
Yes,
of views.
I'm gonna start focusing more on that. Like, let me check real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
You should do that too, David. Let's do Bob Barker or putting your face on cameos and like I
will do that. That was one of the segments I originally had scheduled for tonight, was reacting to those AI videos I made. But once we do that on episode 200, then I'll upload those on shorts.
I'm pretty sure you've seen my crazy ass AI videos of me doing stupid shit like hitting people with chairs.
Yeah.
Telling Karens to shut up, bitch.
Literally, I have 2 videos right now. I have my AI short of fucking being in the UFC that literally has got almost 1,000 views that I just posted today, and then one where I was walking around Silent Hill that got like 300, almost 400 views. So literally, including the Victor one about the Avatar movie, like literally, I'm close to like 1,500 views altogether. Actually, let me see real quick.
That's actually
Actually, yes, I am at 1,500 views overall today because of the fact that Victor one did 455, which also was more views than fucking David. Also,
well,
there's a new feature. I don't know if you have noticed it. There's a remix feature on on your own on videos and streams that you have on your channel, and same with me. Now you don't have to clip certain things or all that. You just need to remix it, turn it into a short, and it will be a great companion piece to connect it to and you can also connect it to the existing video or stream or whatnot. So now you have no excuse to make shorts.
Yeah, David.
Well,
I could do that for you, David. But I could do that for you too, because shit, if I want to make that same short that I made for Victor, but put it on your channel, but actually be able to connect the Popcorn Pal episode to it, so that way people can go check it out. So that's what I'm going to probably do. Maybe even tonight, just set them up. My point is that because I've told people shorts are a great way to like. Granted, yes, you can say people have a short attention span.
They do.
That's accurate.
That's facts.
But there are certain people that will watch your shorts, that will enjoy what you did, and go and watch maybe other long forms of content. Maybe a small percentage, but at least something. My point is, so I keep telling people, do more shorts. I guarantee you, my growth on my channel has been primarily shorts. Mm-hmm. And again, as I've stated to anybody who thinks shorts aren't real views, if they did not appear on the overall view count, then you'd be correct. But since they do, they are. Whether anybody likes to admit it or not, because I can guarantee you half of the shorts half of the overall viewership I have is primarily of shorts.
You agree with that, Emo?
I think
Does YouTube Shorts count as for overall views on your YouTube channel?
I mean, as much as
maybe
views
it
as we're
does,
getting,
but
yeah.
What's that, Emo?
maybe it does. I don't. I'm still questioning if I really should do it though.
It could help you grow, even
Yeah,
if
it'll
it's
help your channel grow. I'm almost at 200 now, and I'm
yeah,
proud of it.
like look at it this way, Mr. Bogard. Since my woman's a big fan of yours, you be hitting her audience because she is the prime example. Because what she do when she like literally, I'll spill the beans about something. I make jokes about her regimen during the day. She usually has a pre-shower regimen and a post-shower regimen. You know what she does when she's doing the regimens? She is watching shorts for about 30 minutes in reels. I'm not going to say what all you do, but she
On both
watches shorts
YouTube
and
and
reels
TikTok.
on Facebook.
I was gonna say no, not on Facebook. On I try to stay off of TikTok as much as possible.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
I got banned from TikTok for having my name Degeneration Jazz.
So yeah, it's mostly YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, so Mr. Beauregard, she could be watching most of your shit.
I was about to say, like, I plan in the future to do a little bit more content on TikTok, explaining like my fantasies and my viewpoints on certain things.
She's giving a weird look when she's asking what kind of fantasies.
I knew you were gonna.
I'll be honest. It's like I would say like my traditions, the things I would do every specific month. Like there's one thing I know in personal competition I do in January. It's not a major competition, but it's just something I do by myself. So I'm kind of wanting to share that because I don't have a way to like actually do the actual competition actually live on the internet.
Well, Mr. Berger, I have advice for you. Make them on TikTok, then post them on your channel.
Your YouTube channel, yeah.
That's why I did when I first started doing shorts. That way, because I think my woman subscribed to you. Yes, you were subscribed to Mr. Berger. I know you subscribed to David, but you're... Yeah. Yeah, but why? Yeah, you gotta watch more of my shorts. By the way, David, you're welcome. I got my woman to watch the Bo is Afraid review. Yeah, she left a nice little comment that I pinned. So if you're wondering who pinned it, that was me. Well, you probably could tell who it was. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I gotta get going. My phone's at 7%, and then I also gotta fix our TV in the living room because I don't know what my woman did, but the volume, that's what you always say. Hey, it's okay. I actually broke your lighter. You broke my remote. No. It's okay. I still love you.
A lighter?
Yes.
Why would you do that?
Jake's probably threw it down and it went. Psh.
How would you do that? Okay, look at this. Look at this shit.
No. I said, why would you do that?
It came. Okay, David. You want me to tell you how I did it?
Well, that was not what I was expecting.
All right, David. I want to tell you how it happened. So last night, I'll tell you in excruciating detail. So last night on Money's stream, I was talking to the guys and trying to get things be a little bit more civilized and all this other shit, right? Well, then my woman came out of the bedroom, butt ass naked, put a fucking cupcake on her boob, and like the lighter was in my pocket. The lighter was in my pocket of the thing. Look at Mr. Bogart's face.
Are you Dr. Seuss?
The lighter was in my like hoodie pocket. I was 1 second. Anyway, no, David, keep it there. Keep it there, David, you son of it. Anyway, the lighter was in my pocket. So, I was taking some eats of the cupcake from her boob and all that other stuff. And then after that, after that, I pulled my shirt off, pulled my fucking pants off, my hoodie. You want to see his face? And then, well, yeah, we could do that. Anyway, my point is keep it soloed. Are you gonna do it again? I was like, I thought you had a headache. I don't want to because I mentioned cupcake. You got hungry? Well, what? You want me to turn the camera on?
Oh,
Okay. One second.
The cupcake in question.
Yes, that was what was on her. Well, not that exact cupcake, but you get what I mean.
It's a replica, makes men horny.
Yeah, it's a replica, makes men horny. Anyway, my point is that so after that, I took my shirt off, my pants off, all the other good shit. What? So after that, I threw her on the bed. And I fucked her so hard that she passed the fuck out. I didn't even eat her pussy afterwards.
Remnants of cupcakes.
Yes, remnants of cupcakes. She literally woke up. By the way, gentlemen, make sure when you fuck a chick really good, make sure if she's someone who takes over the whole mattress, make sure you fucking keep an eye on her instead of leaving her to her own devices. Because when you come to bed, you will literally find your fucking woman on your side, and it will take heaven and earth to get her to move. Anyway, going back to it. So I fucked her so good that she passed the fuck out. Didn't even eat her didn't even eat her pussy because she was so tired. That's how you know it was good. Anyway, so then she woke up the next day because she didn't wash it off or anything, right? So she had remnants of the cupcake on her breasts. She wakes up and she's wondering, why does my titties smell so good? And then she remembered she ate the cupcake and put it on her boobs. So yes, so to circle back to how the lighter got broken, when I was putting my clothes back on to go smoke, because after you have a good fucking, you always gotta go for a smoke. So I was putting my hoodie back on, and it fell out of my pocket. Literally landed in the worst spot it could, which is basically on the button where it's supposed to press out the fire. And so yeah, that's what happened. It was in a way it was my fault, but it was also my woman's fault for the sole reason that she came out and put a butt ass naked and put a cupcake on her titties. So yes, that is the story. Since people want to know how can you break a lighter. It was not where we were arguing and I threw it down in a fit of rage. I ain't like some people. It wasn't anything like that. It wasn't some dumb thing. It was literally just after a good fucking, and I was still trying to keep my gatherings. So yes, there's your story there, David, and Mr. Beauregard. Mr. David, I one day when you finally get those balls to drop, I want you to crash my stream and tell me a very, very detailed story of your first sexual experience. Actually, you know what? If you did that, I actually pay you. Just because you entertain me with that sexual story. Even make one up, David. I would send you $5 just if you made one up. But it has to be good.
Give it some time.
No, he has to give, like Mr. Beauregard, I feel like he could tell even if he's never done it. I feel like Mr. Beauregard's a type that could fucking tell a very erotic, like novel-like sexual experience. Even if it's not true. I believe Mr. Beauregard could say so, because remember, he would subscribe to our OnlyFans. That's why I told you, baby, if we ever made an OnlyFans, we know we would have one subscriber.
Emo, admit that you did or not.
Admit what, David?
You subscribe to their OnlyFans, Jari and his fiance.
I saw it above the water somewhere, and I do not know where it is. It was a colored ball.
His silence is telling.
I mean, if it happened, I don't know I don't know. Did it really happen though?
Not yet. No, we would let you know if it did.
So there you go.
If we had an only Mr. Bogart, if we made one, you would subscribe to it, correct?
Remember, all proceeds from our OnlyFans is going to the care of our dog.
Mr. Beauregard?
The dog?
Yes, it will go to vet bills and stuff like that for my dog Hanji. And if we get enough subscribers, then we could potentially, foster a dog or adopt another dog. It's all going to go to the dogs.
Why does it have to go to dogs? Why can't we just use it on bullshit? Maybe get some better equipment so we can film it more professionally.
You see, that's still technically for the dogs.
How's that for the dogs? It's for. Are you calling us dogs?
No, the dogs will eventually benefit from it.
Oh, okay. Yes, David.
You can use it for bills of your house for the future.
Exactly. See, David with the
look. Everything's going to the dogs, right?
Why not bills? You need bills.
But see that's kind of the thing is that like the dogs need a place to stay. So of course like things like the rent are also going to be for the dogs. And because the dogs can't take rent out on their own, so they rely on us.
Yeah.
Okay, you said dogs. I was like, oh, the dog. What breed? But then you said dogs. Like, oh,
yeah,
that's multiple.
Right now we have one dog, but
yes, with your help and from viewers like you, we can potentially get more dogs and have.
What you just said that reminded me of PBS Kids.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, and also Mr. Beauregard, if you want what. All you gotta do is tip, and you get a plethora of my woman's feed pics. Maybe you see some other stuff. You can do other stuff. Maybe she could step on a cupcake and say that's your balls.
Step on a Blue's Clues plushie.
Oh, so step on Blue's Clues plushie.
Don't worry, it doesn't hurt. No blues were hurt.
Yeah, no blues were hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
David, would you subscribe to our OnlyFans?
No. I'll do it if I get paid $100,000.
David, you cheap fuck.
Hello?
Okay, David. What if we gave you a 1 month free trial? Would you subscribe?
I said I need to get paid a lot of money in order for me to subscribe to your folks OnlyFans, which.
That was my last one, brother. This is my last one, brother. Oh, you're good. But yeah, like
if I get paid a lot of money, I'm talking more than $10,000. I will subscribe to y'all.
Oh, no. What? Wait, David.
I'd rather subscribe to an OnlyFans than having a TikTok account. That's how much I hate TikTok.
Okay. Well, then you know what? If you don't subscribe to OnlyFans, I'll make a TikTok with your likeness with AI David and all this other shit. So you better subscribe.
No, I said I would subscribe to your OnlyFans if I get paid a lot of money, like half of the money.
No, David, that is not the point. Like
that's not the point, Charlie. Yes, it is.
Okay. David, if Jordan of all people subscribe to our OnlyFans, because I guarantee Jordan would be curious. He would be semi-morbidly curious. Are you going to let Jordan subscribe, of all people, Jordan subscribe before you?
I can tell you right now, he's not going to do that.
You don't know. I feel like Jordan would be morbidly curious to see if the legend is true about my penis. I think he'd be more focused on the penis than he would about the woman. But it is what it is.
Well, he's already doomed at 30 for getting a girl at age 30. No offense to Jordan.
Well, David, if you don't get a girl by 30, I'm gonna make fun of you like I make fun of Jordan. So just remember that. Well, technically, I can make fun of you now because I fucking lost my virginity at 14. So technically, I already beat all y'all. And all that. So, but you know what? I'll wait till you're 30. If you don't have, at least if you haven't had a girlfriend, I don't even care if you fuck. If you fuck, then great. But if you have a girlfriend by the time before you're 30, then I'll be like, well, props to you, David. Anyway, I do gotta get going because I'm at 2%, and yeah. But I hope y'all enjoyed that little story I told. I know Mr. Beauregard will, and he'll probably have nightmares about it for the next few days. But nonetheless, y'all take care. I'll see you next time. Ta-ta for now. Oops, wrong button. Never mind.
Wow.
I'll call Troy back tonight if since you want to do that. How can I switch my? There we go. Jeez. Man. But there he is, ladies and gentlemen. I do miss doing these hangout sessions. It's just that I don't have the time right now with everything going on my life. But I don't know how often I should do these anyway. Like I feel like I don't know if I should do these every single week or every other week or once a month because in the summertime, in the summertime, I do plan to go live every other Wednesday at 7:30 to fill in for the Outcast, and then on Sundays as well, since there's no football. I know there's baseball too, but it's not that.
I can't wait for baseball.
Yeah, I'm starting to, um, you know, wanting to make plans for that, but as a long time ago, did the tickets on baseball were they on sale during Black Friday? At the beginning of the off season was when you look up tickets. As for like the Astros, for example, like were they on sale like on Black Friday or no?
I
Or
have
even the
no
NBA.
idea. Too
I may
bad
have
Joey
to.
ain't here.
I was gonna say I could ask him about that, but that's But then again, everything on the computer between now and Christmas will be all on sale. But as for baseball tickets, I don't know about that. They said though, but then then all the games will get sold out. Um, but that's Charlie for you all. Him and Charlie are House of Chayton. Go check out his Tales of the News coming up in January. If you want to hear, that graphic stuff, whatever he wants to do every single day. So yeah, there you go. But I mean, I wish I had, you know, I wish I had not those you know, uh, graphic experiences, but as for like dating experiences, I mean, I wish I could talk about that because that gets a lot of views on YouTube. As for dating stories, from what I've seen, but it is what it is. And also politics too. Politics too. Like that gets a lot of views. I mean, it's those are the big algorithms. As for YouTube goes, is those those two big topics right there. But so uh, let's see. Let's get into uh, what we since it's, I mean, I forgot to ask Sorry this, but it is what it is. What are we think? Since I'm gonna end this in 10 minutes, since we have a few people watching right now. We're gonna ask these two folks in the live chat as well. Feel free to participate. What are you thankful for this year, 2025? I'm gonna start with email. What are you thankful for in 2025?
Ooh. Well,
Is it Charlie's Beyonce?
shoot. Okay. Well, we can add that, but I would say what I'm thankful for is getting the opportunity to help out with certain games, get the software for certain games. And you know what? I'll add this in. Even though it wasn't though it was a failure to you guys. Guys, at least you and Danny were able to let me able to do how I vision match game.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's why it was chaotic, and that's how I got roasted because of the way that it's like game of match. But weren't you the one who offered to do that, or was I the one who asked you to host match game? I don't remember how that conversation started.
I think maybe you were the one, and I was in a little stunned. I was like, really? And like you kind of gave me that.
Oh,
And
I don't know.
And before I gave it, before it was accepted, I was telling like everybody, telling you guys, just be prepared. This is not fully the same game that you're all familiar with.
Oh yeah, before I asked you to do match game, you told us about a format that you came up with match game. Okay.
Yeah, yes, a
No.
format that looks a little similar, but there's some twists.
Okay, so you brought up that idea of a format, and then I came to you to ask. Okay, that's how it started. But at least you tried and all that stuff. But
I mean, is it all right if I like explain why I ended up with this format?
We don't have that much time to explain it right now because I want to get into some other things. But and when one of them being here, Jesse, what are you thankful for in 2025?
Spending time with family, friends.
Mm-hmm.
Good friends like y'all.
Yep. And as for me, my family and the people who I met in 2025, because I actually got to meet a lot of new cool people in 2025. Some of them I looked up to, and the people I interviewed and all that good stuff. So I'm very thankful for that. And this is you should always be thankful for those moments right there. So, but so I'm thankful how I came, far, how far I came with this program of Chilling3000 Hangouts. I'm very glad, going into 200 episodes. Like I said, December 19th, 2025. And since we have time, to kill here, I'll explain a little bit of what the episode's going to be about. I'm going to tell you who the two interviews are. But it's basically going to be the two interviews, and hopefully a couple game show segments. I was thinking maybe Price is Right or or I don't know, maybe I don't know, what else I can think of for that because those are the only two game shows I can think of we can do on that day. Because I don't know if I want it to be live or tape, but I do plan to hopefully make that episode at least, I don't know, 3 to 4 hours, 4.5 hours, maybe like from um, like 8:30 to 1, 12 or 1, depending on the quality, because we have those two interviews and all that. So we'll see, what happens on that day on Tuesday. So hopefully I'll look forward to that. And I might as well play this promo again for you all since I'm going to end this here in 5 minutes. So here's the promo again for episode 200.
Hey, Charlie.
Yes, ma'am.
We called you a self-centered, egot... Oh, I'm sorry. This is for Rosie O'Donnell.
Can I get a holiday? No!
Who are the two interviews? Is it from Will and or Dio? Find out December 19th, 2025 at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on the Network 3000 YouTube page.
Thank you for an announcer for that one. And speaking of which, I don't remember if I told you this before, Emo, but have you seen the Peanuts movie, Snoopy Come Home, or whatever it's called?
Starring David as Linus.
I tried to see a couple of that I liked when they were all going around in circles when he wasn't home. I liked when Snoopy reunited with his original owner. I liked Linus' explanation that Snoopy is a used dog that Charlie Brown has.
Yeah, and
every
every time, and every time Snoopy sees a sign that says "No dogs allowed," that is the same voice that you just heard in that promo. Thanks to AI, no dogs are wild. No, that bit. That's the same voice that you just heard, who is also the voice of the who's the singer of Mr. Grinch. So, and Tony the Tiger's commercials.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But so yeah. I mean, Peanuts is just a great holiday tradition. It really is, with
Although the guy who did Tony the Tiger and the Grinch was not the original voice of Tony the Tiger.
Yep. Perhaps.
But that's a story for another day.
Yeah. But definitely on episode 200 talk more about the holidays since Christmas will be around the corner, and also episode 200 will be the last episode of this program for 2025. So just an FYI on that, and then we'll transition to a new era. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, like I said, shout out to the Peanuts for making the holidays very special as a great tradition for families ever since the 1960s, I believe. Even though it was one of the worst decades of all time, it has some very memorable moments throughout that decade that we grew up with. That our parents and past generations grew up with, that we all know today. And all of those Christmas music stuff you hear on the radio, most of them, I think, were made in the 1960s, but I can't recall. But yep, just 3 more episodes, Nicholas, and down to 2 in just a few moments. Then that'll be it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. Now see you all next time here on I hope here on the program. So peace.